All right, we are in early warning weather alert mode. As we've been talking about for the past several days, the threat is there for storms to develop and be strong to severe. No watches or warnings in effect now, but that will likely change as we head through the afternoon and then into the evening hours as we're looking at two distinct rounds of thunderstorms to be making their way across the state. Right now we are tracking areas of heavy rain with now some lightning along the 395 corridor up around Brooklyn. This will soon be working into northwestern Massachusetts, northwestern Rhode Island, into eventually eastern Massachusetts. Then also tracking some downpours around Ashford and Eastford, also heading to the northeast. And also if you're traveling up along I-84 toward the Mass border, some rain happening there. So in the statewide perspective, elsewhere it's just warm and muggy, but we are tracking some storms that are developing just to our west in eastern New York. They're heading toward the Route 7 corridor north of Kent, eventually heading in toward Sharon and Salisbury. And it is areas to our west where storms become more numerous and will be heading in our direction. The temperatures here in the noon hour up to around 80 to 85 in many locations. The humidity is obviously up. It's making it feel even warmer out there, and the southerly wind is helping to bring in those higher dew point values. So today even muggier than yesterday. Those winds out of the south at around 10 to 15 miles an hour. Dew point value 70 or higher. So just downright oppressively humid across the state. And it will be, say, Friday until Friday that we're going to be stuck with this high humidity before these numbers start to come down in the wake of a cold front. So our ICAM view from Hartford showing a mix of sun and clouds as we look east over the Connecticut River from Waterbury, hazy, sunshine, but otherwise partly to mostly cloudy and dry right now in the Elm City of New Haven. So looking at the big picture here, I've had some rain offshore heading to the northeast, so storms that are developing now in northeastern Connecticut. But notice in the last few frames, little specks of green popping up from the lower Hudson Valley points westward. So thunderstorms again becoming more numerous, heading in our direction. Our air mass is loaded with moisture. That's why the dew point values are so high and why the threat is there for heavy rain that could lead to some poor drainage or nuisance type flooding, maybe even some flash flooding this afternoon. So just downright oppressive. The atmosphere becoming more unstable with the peak of the heating, and then we are watching an area of pressure off to our west with this cold front. So we've got the storms that will be developing over the next couple of hours, then a second round likely between, say, 9 p.m. and midnight. And with these storms, heavy rain, some gusty, perhaps damaging wind. There's another cold front off to our northwest across the Great Lakes. That will be moving through tomorrow late in the day. Perhaps touching off a few more showers or storms, but won't have as much moisture to work with. So the main event is this afternoon and this evening. So here's Futurecast looking at tomorrow's weather today at noon, showing the developing storms across the region, and then perhaps a little bit of a lull 7, 8 o'clock tonight before another round develops and moves through the region. So even an isolated tornado cannot be ruled out somewhere in the general vicinity of southern New England as we head through the rest of today. By early tomorrow morning, it's done, it's over, and tomorrow we'll see sun and clouds. It's still going to be humid, and you'll see off to our west as that next front approaches some thunderstorms. A lot of this will fall apart by the time it reaches Connecticut, with the threat for some late day isolated thunderstorms. Then it's Friday that the humidity will be going down noticeably. So on our 7-day forecast, lower 80s for Friday, trending less humid than for the upcoming week, and eventually morning low temperatures go into the 50s by early Sunday. 81 Saturday afternoon, a couple degrees warmer by Sunday afternoon, then mid 80s for Monday. Took the rain chance out of the forecast for Monday, so it's likely later Tuesday into Wednesday of next week that we'll see the chance for rain and storms. And for shoreline highs, lower to mid 80s over the coming days and low 80s for the weekend. So beach weather, pool weather looking good for the weekend. We just have to get through today, tonight, and then late in the day tomorrow. And people need to be careful later on in the afternoon because it could be a little bit dangerous if you have outdoor plans or you're going to be outside. If you hear thunder, head indoors, seek shelter, let the storm pass before you head back outside. And of course, keep it here to Channel 3. We'll be breaking in with any pertinent information, and of course the Channel 3 app. You get push notifications. You can always follow our coverage there as well.